the FA-18 Hornet. It's a name that sends shivers down the spines of America's enemies. This isn't some pokey little Cessna. This, my friends, is a supersonic, twin-engine beast of the skies. The Hornet is a fighter and attack aircraft all rolled into one. It's like having a Swiss Army knife, except this one can drop bombs and shoot missiles at the speed of sound. It's been the backbone of the US Navy and Marine Corps for over 40 years. And you know what? It's still going strong. The Hornet has seen more action than a Hollywood stuntman, from the scorching deserts of Iraq to the stormy skies over Afghanistan. It's a true workhorse. The Hornet's story starts back in the 1970s. The US Navy needed a new fighter. They wanted something that could replace their aging fleet of aircraft. Enter McDonnell Douglas, later bought by Boeing. They had this little fighter called the YF-17. It was a looker, sleek, agile, and packed a punch. The Navy liked what they saw. They teamed up with McDonnell Douglas to turn the YF-17 into a proper carrier-based fighter. And thus, the FA-18 Hornet was born. The F stands for fighter. The A stands for attack. This thing was designed to do it all. The first Hornets entered service in 1983. They were an instant hit. Pilots loved them. Mechanics loved them. Even the admirals were impressed. What makes the Hornet so special? Well, for starters, it's got a pretty impressive spec sheet. It's powered by two General Electric F404 turbofan engines. These babies can produce over 17,000 pounds of thrust each. That's like having two dragsters strapped to your wings. The Hornet can reach speeds of over Mach 1.8. That's almost twice the speed of sound. Try catching that. But it's not all about speed. The Hornet is also incredibly maneuverable. It can turn on a dime and pull some serious Gs. And then there's the weapons payload. The Hornet can carry a whole arsenal of goodies. We're talking air-to-air missiles, air-to-ground missiles, bombs, you name it. It's even got a 20mm cannon for good measure. Because sometimes you just need to get up close and personal. Section 4, a legacy of service. The Hornet's global impact. The FA-18 Hornet has seen action all over the world. It's been involved in pretty much every major US military operation since the 1980s. It first saw combat in 1986 during Operation El Dorado Canyon. That was a bombing raid on Libya. The Hornets performed flawlessly. Then came the Gulf War in 1991. The Hornets were instrumental in Operation Desert Storm. They flew thousands of sorties, dropping bombs and taking out enemy aircraft. And let's not forget about the wars in Afghanistan and Iraq. The Hornets were there too, providing close air support to troops on the ground. But the Hornet isn't just a US aircraft. It's also been exported to a number of other countries, including Canada, Australia, and Spain. Section 5. Conclusion. The enduring legacy of the FA-18 Hornet. The FA-18 Hornet. It's a legend, a true icon of military aviation. It's been in service for over 40 years. And you know what? It's still one of the most capable fighter jets in the world. It's versatile, it's reliable, and it's got a mean right hook. Just ask anyone who's ever had to face it in combat. The Hornet may be getting a bit long in the tooth, but it's still got plenty of fight left in it. And that's why it's going to continue to be a vital part of the US military for many years to come. So here's to you, FA-18 Hornet. You've earned your place in the Aviation Hall of Fame.